Disclaimer, disclaimer, warning, warning, warning. This is very important, okay? This is a disclaimer to anybody who clicked on this and who has not been to my channel yet and is gonna watch me react to Severance. We do things a little bit differently around here. This is not a substitute for the show. If you want to watch the show in all its HD 120 FPS gamer boy quality, then go to Apple TV Plus, get a subscription, do a free trial. Here, the video is not going to be quite the same quality. It's smaller, it's transparent. This is to help make sure I can upload this successfully to the YouTubes. I know some people don't like reaction content that pauses a lot. This is not a Twitch stream where I just sit there and go, oh, okay. I'm doing these at the beginning of every new series that I start to warn you that there will be a substantial amount of pausing because I make these videos to be able to analyze and discuss characters, story, narrative, direction. Basically, I love with a passion cinema, movies, television, and I love to talk about them. And here, I'm immensely lucky to be slowly cultivating a community of like-minded individuals. It's like I'm starting a cult where we're all talking about the stuff that we love so much. If you didn't know, we just finished up Succession, and boy howdy, what a doozy. We will all miss the Successions. I still plan on doing an overall retrospective video. The #1 voted show that everybody wants me to watch next is Severance. Keep in mind, while I'm watching Severance, I'm also watching season 3 of The Bear. People have been asking for it now more and more as well. Interview with the Vampire, I believe we will also be watching very soon. If you want to watch a different reactor, I completely understand, but that's how we do things around here. But this is Severance. This is what we're going to be starting today. There's only season 1 out right now. They have wrapped season 2, so it was good enough to warrant another season. I love Adam Scott, and I keep recognizing certain characters in the thumbnails for these episodes that I've seen so far. I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't really watch anything. I've never seen a single clip from this show, but I did see, I think, a brief synopsis that says this is a dystopian reality where this company they work for, you're able to split your mind into work and social. So it's literally a separation of church and state, lol. Wanted to look good for the interview today. I hear that this is a potential promotion. We've been promoted from Succession to Severance. I have no idea if I'm going to like this or not. But if you guys and gals are to be trusted, and I believe you are, then we'll see what we think. But let's hop right into Severance. Usually Apple TV Plus shows seem to be on the side of good. I've heard great things about Ted Lasso. I still haven't watched it, and people are like, you gotta watch it, man. It's off to a great start.
Who are you?
Why am I getting Blade Runner vibes? Look up and to the left. This is your avoid conf test.
I'm kind of nervous when I take tests.
Just please don't move.
Crazy weekend, huh?
Hello?
Morning.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there.
Oh.
You on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
What?
Who is that?
5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Right as rain.
Who's speaking?
Hell of a job interview, huh? Immediate guesses. I mean, to say she's been drugged might be part of it, but this is maybe post-separation operation?
Hey! Open the door!
Like up in a padded room.
I'd be just thrilled to chat once we've run the survey. Shall we begin with question 1?
I'm not taking your survey.
Shall we begin with question 1?
They all capitulate eventually,
Let me out
man.
here. Hey! Open the door!
At this point, I would just answer the questions. See where things go.
Hey!
Oh, alright, easy now, kiddo. Certainly not ideal, but just, yeah, at this point, I just feel like,
Hi.
Shall we begin with question 1? I think you'll feel peachy keen. Perhaps even
Hey.
hunky. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
5 questions.
5 questions.
Bet.
What do I get at the end?
Depends on your answers.
Perhaps you
Okay.
maybe you get to leave this room.
Great, off we go.
I think it's Adam
Now to
Scott's
start-
voice, by the way.
Who are you?
That's the first question.
MovieMan.
First name will do.
Movie. Do you remember?
I don't...
It's okay. If you can't answer the question, feel free to say unknown.
What is this?
Okay, unknown. Question 2. In which U.S. state or territory were you born?
Wait,
State or
Illinois.
territory, please?
I don't know.
Unknown. Question 3. Please name any U.S. state or territory that comes to mind.
I
New
don't know.
York.
Delaware. What is this?
Delaware. Question 4. What is Mr. Egan's favorite breakfast?
That one makes no sense.
I don't know what Mr.
Right.
Egan.
Unknown. Question 5. And as a reminder, this is the final question. To the best of your memory, what is or was the color of your mother's eyes?
Yeah, and I feel like I should know this. Want to say blue or green? Damn, that's a rough one. To be fair, I only know the color of like maybe 3 people's eyes, one of which is my own. I don't know why. It's just something I don't really clock that often, unless it's like a super unique vibrancy, you know. So I'm guessing if there's a split process, I don't know if there's cloning involved or not, but if there is a severance here, I'm guessing this is the one who's been developed to be the worker, right? Perhaps if they're a copy, it's not a carbon copy, and the reason why they wouldn't know all the personal items, but they still have a cursory knowledge enough to be aware, didn't know their name, didn't know the mother's eye color, is aware of states. This is in Delaware. There's a Mr. Egan who I assume is like a boss or a coworker or corporate something or other, but I'm guessing that's a byproduct of it, is that they are kind of going to be a blank corporate slate. It reminds me of some Black Mirror kind of where you have that copy, and either they're a carbon copy and it's the exact same thing, or not everything's quite there in the noggin.
What's happening?
Unknown.
I knew.
So that's unknown, unknown, Delaware, unknown, unknown.
What the hell did you do to me?
Unless they took it out of her. Our boy Adam? Looks like him. Well, hello there.
That's a perfect score.
What? Nice. I already really like this and the voice he's putting on. My dude, I feel that. I'm already in, by the way. I like that cold opening. Now I'm guessing this is the more emotional, intimate version of him. Has he already had the severance? The severance.
The Severance.
Car napkins, well, after you've been crying, hit a little bit different. Also, I wonder what time period this takes place in. Yep, get it all out of your system. Go clock in. Head to the mall. Not gonna lie, he's giving me like Greg vibes a little bit, like Succession Greg. Just a little bit. A very similar opening to Greg's character. By the way, this type of thing is my actual nightmare. Like, the job that I have, I'm very grateful because it's just unique enough where no 2 days are really the same. I can be on my feet, I can be sitting down. There's variety in it, but I'm not gonna lie. The idea of a job where you like go to a parking lot of a bland corporate office building every day, you sit in a cubicle. I mean, if that's what you're into, puts the bread and butter on your table and has been helpful to you in your life, no shame. I mean, I get it, to each their own. But for me, it's kind of like the idea of a whole like white picket fence in a suburban community, and you just like, oh, hey there, neighbor, and I go to work, I come home, I eat dinner with my wife, and then kiss my daughter, and we go to bed. Good for you. I want like more, and like it's the same thing with this corporate entity. The idea of just like, I go to work, I work in my cubicle, I say how do you do, boss, and I go home. I think it's the monotony, the tedium that like is so frightening to me. I mean, to an extent, right? For some reason, Succession rubs me a little bit differently. Like, that feels more like, okay, but at least you get a lot of money. You're a sleaze bag, but you also get to like potentially travel the world, be involved in corporate espionage. I do love brutalist architecture though. And this low-key is giving like brutalist. Yeah.
Are you ready for Mr. Scout?
There's a game I love to play called Control by the same company that made Alan Wake, and there's a lot of brutalist architecture in that game as well.
Go ahead.
Mr. Scout, okay. Interesting. I love something about the way the shots are set up, the cinematography. But isn't that the same carpet layout from... Yeah. Oh, and I already love the visual parallels here, man. There's a mystery. There's something about the carpet being the same like that. Ooh, okay, I see you. I'm taking notes this time around. Succession, I was fumbling for names for the first season. Oh boy. Zachariah Comstock over here. Or is that Mr. Egon, whatever his name was? What's his favorite breakfast? The music's already eerie, I like that. Well, it's interesting though, because I thought job interview, but he clearly already works here. He has an ID badge. Let me put on my plain watch and suit. Well, it's recent enough where you get a smartphone, so you check all your personal belongings in, and you completely switch over to this new corporate set. Like even the watch you had to change out. Well, you leave your phone in there too? Trade out one badge for another. Interesting. Oh, hi! Call me Jorkin again. Mr. Scout.
See you this evening.
Yep. See you soon.
Okay. A lot of security to this. It's so interesting. So what does this company do? So far, I don't know why. It's visually pleasing. Oh. There's a separation. That's it. That's got to be it. Comes out of the elevator. Well, hey there, Jim. Something happened right there. Again, if we're making assumptions right off the bat, I assume that that's how the process works. He got the emotions out of himself, cried in the parking lot, checked in all the things that made him him, switched to this corporate get-up, and then something happens in the elevator where he makes the switch over to business mode. And I assume that means that his personal side is like checked in at the door, or checked out of the door. Checked in, coat check, brain check, whatever. All these plain hallways. It's like, what is this? What were those tears? Weird. I'm sure you'll feel right as rain. Bro, are these long ass hallways necessary? The man's got the sniffles. He's like, wait, maybe there's a reason I had the Kleenex in my pocket. I'm not crazy, right? This is like shining level hallways. Oh, I see doors. Okay. This is tickling itches in my brain. I don't know why I like corporate brutalism. Like, I don't want to work here, but I like watching and interacting and like walking through. Dude, you can get lost down here. Are you kidding me? Here at the Dharma Initiative, we take pride in our... So did he go upstairs or downstairs? Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
You're breathing shitty.
Wait, different name. Mark S. Allentown? Hang on a second. So our character's real name is Mr. Scout, presumably, but his corporate name with the little glass stencil is Mark Allentown. And with the computer technology, I don't know if they're just being purposefully analog about it, or if this is like legit. Are we... And the cars didn't seem that old. Are we in the... I can't date computers. Are we... But we know when the internet started, right? So we got to be in what, the 90s, I'd assume? 90s, maybe?
Sick?
Maybe. Petey was sniffling yesterday.
If you breathe on me, I'll rip your larynx out.
Wow. That went right to 10.
Love our boy over
Petey
there.
better not be out for the day, because I'm about 0 seconds from wrapping the Tumwater file, and he needs to process it.
I think he's out.
Oh, dude, the clicks from the keyboard are like tickling my brain as well. I like mechanical keyboards a lot. I just like the feedback of getting a click from every time you press down on a key. But yeah, our boy from he had a cameo in Succession, but it's also our boy from what is it, Vault 31, Vault 32. I always get them mixed up, but he was also, I guess his candidacy didn't go so well.
You ran a great campaign.
I know. Must have put 10 posters up.
I think he's out.
If he doesn't process today, they won't know until Tuesday of next week. It's typical Lumen bullshit.
Careful, guy.
Hi, kids.
Oh.
What's for dinner?
God damn it, Irv.
Oh.
We warned you.
After greeting, you were kidding.
You mean Mr. Falcone?
No,
I want you to put the fear of God in this guy.
we sincerely hate it. How many reasons did we come up with?
8.
8 reasons. Chief among them, the latent condescension.
And it's confusing. Like, did the kids make you dinner in this scenario? Or...
Yeah, what kind of a shit dad are...
What's the job? Drainsville. So the company is called Lumon. Okay. Word. We're taking notes here. Oh, dude, I feel like I'm gonna get into the lore on this. Drainsville, 19% complete. A grid of numbers that all seemingly 4139567 that are all seemingly random, different files, different percentages. You go through, scan a number, get a group of them, and then haul that group of numbers away to a certain box. To what purpose? And I assume, is this a webcam up here?
No PD?
We think he's sick.
Oh no, and Dylan's about to wrap Tumwater today.
Yeah, and
Nah.
if he doesn't see me finish, I might get passed over for Refiner of the Quarter and miss out on my goddamn waffle party.
Grumble, grumble. These perks are so out of hand. When we'd process a file in the old days, they'd shake our hand and fill up the creamer.
I still don't buy they actually incentivized creamer.
They did, and back then, we were grateful for it.
That's f***ed, dude.
Yes, very f***ed. To put in an honest day's work and not get a children's breakfast in return.
Oh, uh-oh, Irv's got claws today.
Good morning, macro data refinement.
Macro data refinement. Okay, that's what we're doing here. I love the design here. It's like there's no reason there should be the spacing up between their cubicles, but there is. But they can kind of see each other through the cracks in the cubicle a little bit. Again, sorry that I keep pausing. There's a lot of information coming here, and I feel like if we listen closely, we'll pick up not only on some character information, but also on, key narrative and story elements based on visuals, based on what they're saying. I just don't want to miss anything, basically.
Hi, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, could I have a word?
Mark. Yeah. Mr. Milchek is their supervisor? Oh, I didn't even see that there were labels on some of these doors. I can't tell if they're above ground or underground.
Last time you saw Miss Cobell, she was in her old office.
I assume
Now
underground.
she's in her new office. It's a completely different office.
What's this about?
She'd never say so, but I know a compliment about the office would just make her day.
Word. Get a leg up in the social world, huh, buddy? Admin, alright. I mentioned the game Control earlier. This literally is like Control vibes, because it all takes place in a facility called the Federal Bureau of Control, and it's literally just a massive office industrial building with like there's supernatural otherworldly elements about it, like for sure, but it's just brutalist architecture. But then at the same time, everything is still like bureaucratic and labeled and organized.
Not the thing.
Nice office.
Ugh, it's horrid.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the old one was better.
What? Great. Lead this poor lamb astray.
You look awful. You look hungover.
Oh, thanks.
Have a seat.
All right, same intercom that was in the
The board
conference
will
room.
be joining us remotely today.
The board? Dude, this is literally Control. This is which came first? No, Control came out first before this show did. The board, because that's you would speak to the board, but it would be this otherworldly entity. Well, that also raises the question, because it's going to depend on what voice comes out of that speaker box. But if it's the same voice as before, then that implies there's multiple copies as well. But if it's a different voice, yeah, dude, it says like the board will speak in just like this like not even really corporeal form.
I have Mark S. at my desk.
Oh, hello. I assume this is about me acting as department chief today.
Petey is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what are the implications therein?
I said Petey is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Yikes.
You guys were one of my favorite office friendships.
Oh no. All right, notating that down now. I'm sure there was nothing sinister about that. You guys are one of my favorite office friendships.
What happened?
We'd love to tell you, but unfortunately non-disclosure policy forbids.
Got him.
We'd be aiding an assault on Petey's privacy by you.
You are being promoted to what Petey was doing before. Happy day, Mark. Brother Mark.
S. At this time, I confer upon you the freedom to serve here in the advanced role of Macrodata Refinement Department Chief. Congratulations.
Got a promotion. The exchanging of the cards. This is a joyous day. You can form new office friendships.
A handshake is available upon request.
You gotta submit some. You gotta submit forms in triplicate first. Once you submit the application for a handshake, there will be some due processing. That'll take about 4 to 5 business days. Once that ends up going through, then you'll receive another notice in the mail, which will be an indication that we have accepted your application. Henceforth, you can then schedule an appointment upon.
Thank you. May I have a handshake?
I know you haven't
Jolly
run a
good.
training before, but Irving will be there to shadow. Just stick to the flow chart and escalate properly depending on dialectics. You'll be fine.
If you need to take a few
Thank you.
minutes.
I don't.
There you go.
Oh, and thank you to the board as well.
The board won't be contributing to this meeting vocally.
Fascinating. Ooh, see, I can't confirm my theory yet. Oh, you clever bastards. Until I hear the voice of the board. Because I assume if it's the same intercom as it was in the cold open, I mean, it's got to be him. Because you saw a silhouette in the doorway that looks like just like uncannily like Adam Scott's silhouette. Once I hear the voice, I'll know if it's that my initial theory will be confirmed or not. I love this. I love this so far. But look, he just adapted, improvised, and overcame.
Our last refiner, who was a woman, was...
Carol, Dylan's old seat.
Don't be sad.
I'm fine. We'll be fine.
I know you and Petey were close. He was the only one who really appreciated your humor.
Everything's fine. So I'm supposed to start with just the input survey? Isn't that a little weird?
Standard. Just start at 1A and continue by line based on her answers.
I'm assuming
Well, what
90s.
if I just talk to her?
Oh.
She deserves to.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. This is what's happening, and I'm putting it together. So he, maybe not copies for the board. I think the cold open happened, but this is a flashback leading up to that moment. So he's going to be interviewing the people that are coming out of this, I assume, procedure. Maybe it's not multiple copies, and
To have the information presented to her in the proper order. Just as you had.
The trainee
Lumen
becomes agitated
recycles.
and demands to leave. Skip to page 19.
She has to ask 3 times for you to let her.
Right. Yes.
Fascinating. Dude, how many times have they done this? The same thing happened to you before. So he's already, as I thought, he's already undergone this procedure. So this is a new candidate who has just undergone the procedure. So maybe it's not a copy. Okay, so maybe there are no copies. It's just the one person. And they undergo the split. But of course, because you have that split, you're trying to reconcile 2 different realities that are happening right now. Their company takes care of that, oversees the process of the mental split, and helps you like recontextualize and get your bearings. That way you can come in and out of work and have that like switch flipped for maximum productivity, right?
Looks nice.
Yeah, based on tube TVs
Okay.
and the computers they
You're all
have.
set.
90s, the outfits. Maybe,
I
well,
just love seeing you all come in like this.
with the tech that I see in the building. See, again, it's either like the Federal Bureau of Control, where they purposefully choose to have an older tech for certain reasons, but it is electronic, so 70s is too far back. But even his hairstyle is kind of indicative of the time period, right? I'm stuck somewhere between the 80s and 90s, unless I'm completely off base and it's modern day and they just use older tech for the sake of the aesthetic. Nice. I love how bureaucratic everything is. It's how corporate. Hello.
Who are you?
2 sides, same coin.
Who are you?
Same woman. Okay.
You skipped the preamble.
Oh. No. Hey, look, it's day 1, man. It's day 1.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there, you on the table. I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey? 5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Right as rain. I like this view of what's happening as well. But it's funny because the way that it came across in the cold open was that he was maybe like a little bit like, it was just very corporate. Maybe he was trying to make himself more amiable. I wouldn't have guessed he had messed up. I thought he was just like, that was just like, oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself there, buddy. Anyway, good morning. Welcome back. But to then get the context of like, oh no, he actually did goof up a little bit. Oh, damn, it's like right there.
Open the door.
Shall we begin with question 1?
Let me out of here.
2.
Hey! Open the door!
She's not supposed to do that.
What do you mean?
She's going to break in.
Let me out!
No, she's not.
Oh,
Are you seeing this?
wait.
I'm watching.
Oh,
Should I help?
no. Let's see how he does.
You should not.
Oh, this is his chance to prove himself.
That's a perfect score. Now, I think I know where a disconnect is coming from. Well, there was a preamble, which I was supposed to read before the survey, but I unfortunately skipped that, went straight into the survey.
Am I livestock?
I'm sorry?
Did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
Dude, she's got theories like me. She's already speculated. I love it. Her brain's like, oh, what does this mean?
Do you think we grew a full human, gave you consciousness?
I don't know.
Did your nails?
I don't know. I don't know you.
No,
I watched
you're
Black
not
Mirror.
livestock. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Then what's my name?
Helly. Your name is Helly. Helly R. Please.
Now the question is, that speaker's still there, so is the board present for this? Or there's cameras, so I'm sure the board always is watching.
Thank you for taking the welcome survey. I can sense that the questions made you feel afraid or disoriented. Well, the good news is you're at an orientation.
No need to fear.
You have been hired to a position on the severed floor of Lumen Industries.
The what floor?
Great exposition time. Uh-huh. Do they not know what they signed up for?
I understand you're confused about the severance procedure.
God.
Before we hop on that, let's chat about something I bet you have heard of, the work-life balance. To start, imagine yourself as a seesaw.
Oh, damn. Damn.
That locks from out there.
Let me out!
Dude, pegged him in the face. Damn.
Can we just take a beat, please?
Dude, you go, girl. Dude straight up clocked him with an intercom. Come on, man. Adapt, improvise, overcome. Here we go.
Please.
You gotta make it more personable. I know it's day one, but this is way too corporate and scary right now. Just level with her. Be like, hey, it's my first day too here, okay? All right, we're gonna move on to the next point, all right? Now, how much you know about hockey?
Okay, my name's Mark.
There. See? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's day one. Sticking to the script makes him seem so corporate. Get right to some brass tacks here, okay?
A few years back, I woke up on this table, in this room. A disembodied voice asked me 19 times who I was. And when I realized I couldn't answer, I told that voice that I would find him and kill him.
I love the Taken
Did you kill the voice?
In a manner of speaking.
No, that voice's name was Petey, and he became my best friend. There is a life to be had here, Helly.
A life to be had?
Do they know what they sign up for when they apply for this job?
Well, you see, life, like a seesaw,
Let me the f out of here!
It tries to jump right back into it. This is your challenge. This is your test. Just cut right to it.
What?
You've asked twice to be let go. Ask one more time.
Mark,
Yeah.
I would like to leave the building now.
I understand you don't feel it's working out for you here at Lumen. While disappointed, I'd hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy. So let's get you out of here.
Okay, then. So, they're not keeping people against their will. This has to be, like, a mutual thing, right? Because there's questions of the legality of what they're doing, right? But then does she actually get to leave, or...
The
My God.
departments are pretty spaced out.
What are these, the
but
back
we'll all
rooms?
fill in one day. They're planning an expansion.
And I'm, what, part of that?
No, you're a replacement.
Why are you saying that like you hate it?
Interesting. We're planning an expansion. But what's weird is, so it's cold, it's sterile, it's corporate, it's open, and these divisions are separated. But in terms of, like, people, we've seen, you know, administration. We've seen 2 people in charge, and we've seen 3 coworkers, and we've never seen PD. For as spacious as these offices are, I haven't seen other people, unless they're all very specifically cordoned to their offices. But they're all, if everybody clocks in at the same-ish time, I don't know, I'm thinking there's a reason we haven't seen more people. This might be like early trial periods, but no, how could it be early trial periods if there's literally a whole script for the awakening process? And he, if he's to be believed, Mr. Scout/Mark said years ago, I did the same thing, implying this program, the severed floor, has been around for years. If there's an expansion, that implies that they've grown enough to the point that would warrant an expansion, but I don't see, why don't I see more people, unless we just aren't going into their offices? I love this. Ah, dude, this is so thought-provoking.
Here's your stairwell,
Trying to
just past
solve
the bend.
the mystery of this place.
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
Well, once you leave, I just can't watch you leave.
Of course you can't.
Interesting. So some people take to the program, some people don't. Does she actually get to leave? Will she choose to turn around? Severed threshold restriction. So if you've been successfully severed, you can't go through these doors. I'm guessing? I can't watch you leave. Will she change her mind? Just a stairwell. I see daylight. Whoa.
What the hell?
Nobody leaves the severed floor, ma'am. Can you turn around mid-door open and try to catch it? Like... Oh, she made it. Interesting. Wait. Was that 3 attempts? Just like... Are... Dude, oh, this is an escape room? I'm picking up on the rule of 3s here. You have to ask 3 times to leave. You have to try the door. She tried it 3 times, right? Wait. No, it just didn't work.
Am I dead?
No.
This isn't like hell or something?
No.
Then why the f can't I leave?
Well, you did leave just now. Out into the stairwell, at least. You left, but you came back.
I did not.
You did. Come on.
Oh no. Oh, this is Black Mirror. All right. There is no leaving.
Weaponizing office equipment on your first day. You are gonna be fun. Look, I do sympathize. I've wanted to pummel Mark myself, but I am his employer. And he is your department chief.
Oh my god.
So we'll both have to be strong.
That'd be
The good
terrifying.
news is there's only one part left of your orientation, which Mark can't possibly derail.
So Mark failed his orientation test. Is that it? Is it a floppy disk?
Welcome to Lumen, Helly.
Welcome to Lumen. This literally makes me think Helly art. I'm sure it'll be a video of herself talking about how she agrees to the process, and this is the separation. This is literally an episode of Black Mirror. It's I think it's one of the top 3 like darkest episodes, but it's got John Hamm, and it's the bit where basically they're creating a Siri. They're creating like a little AI to control your home and your life. And he like makes that separation, and it's like a coin toss, right? Makes a separation, but in doing so, the version that isn't trapped inside the device and programmed in there is a copy that has the exact same feelings and everything as the original.
A copy of you.
But I am me. Why have you done this to me?
Actually, you did this to you. Real you is paying for this.
I don't understand.
So then it's just like torturing this computer copy AI.
Put me back in my body.
Well, that's where real you lives. What we will do, though, is we will give you a simulated body. We find that sometimes that helps. Are you ready?
You need to stand at that control panel and do tasks. And when she disagrees...
I'm not some sort of push-button toaster monkey.
Would you prefer to do nothing?
Well, I'm not doing this.
Right, well, nothing it is.
If you just wait for a just...
What about now?
Don't do that again. Please. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing, there's just...
Ready to go to work?
Oh, no, I'm not. Definitely not doing that.
Okay, well, have 6 months.
No, wait!
How are we feeling now?
Please. Give me something to do.
Ready to work?
Please. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Just give me something to do, please.
It's super dark and messed up, but then eventually she/it capitulates. So I feel like that's what's going on right here. Is this is the copy of the real Helly, and it's like, okay, well, you know, out of the work-life balance, the seesaw, as it were, you just happen to be the work. I love it, but it's dark. Good news about hell. Welcome to Lumen. Welcome to Aperture Science.
Have a seat.
Oh boy. He just gets demoted, like, immediately. You seem disappointed.
Are you mad at me?
For the incompetence or the disobedience?
What did you disobey?
Well...
Yes!
Jesus.
You know my mother was an atheist. She used to say that there was good news and bad news about hell. The good news is, hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. The bad news is...
Accurate.
Whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
Oh, shit. That's dark.
I don't know what that means.
Of course you
My
wouldn't.
department like yours can go so good or so bad. You know, it makes a difference. The people.
We kind of threw him into the deep end on that one, though. You think it goes perfectly every time? Okay, so we have CD technology, so not a floppy
You can
disk.
have a seat.
Lumen. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like her.
Okay.
Go ahead, make a copy of me. A mental copy of me. It won't
My
matter.
name is Helly R. I'm making this video roughly 2 hours before it will be shown to me.
Yep, there you go.
I have, of my own free accord, elected to undergo the procedure colloquially known as severance. I give consent for my perceptual chronologies to be surgically split, separating my memories between my work life and my personal life.
Damn.
I acknowledge that henceforth my access to my memories will be spatially dictated. I will be unable to access outside recollections whilst on Lumen's severed basement floor, nor retain work memories upon my ascent. I am aware that this alteration is comprehensive and irreversible.
Jesus. What would have somebody agreeing to this, though? Gotta be a fat paycheck, or quality of life, or...
That's a wrap.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
On to work. But the question is, so when it's time to clock out, it's her. She just can't leave until it's time to leave work. So, like I was saying...
So I'll never leave here.
This part of you.
You'll leave at 5. Well, actually, they stagger our exit, so 5:15.
Okay.
But it won't feel...
Dude, the way this show answers every question I've had so far, because I was like, yeah, I didn't see people coming in or out. And he's like, well, they stagger that. So she'll leave, but to this version of her, it will feel like she's never leaving. Dude, that's, yeah, ooh, that's, oh, no.
Feel like it, not to this version of you anyway.
Do I have a family?
You'll never know.
And I have no choice.
Well, every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
Damn. Ooh, I love the moral, the questions and dilemma here. You good? Original you has a choice, but this version technically doesn't.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, damn. That's a lot to reconcile with. And it's irreversible. This version of her has no choice. Yeah. Jesus, that's my literal nightmare. So when he leaves, is he gonna have the Band-Aid and be like, what the hell is this all about? Like the subtle camera change there. So I guess eventually, like, your other self kind of just has to reconcile that, right? Like, your other self, like, fights it for a bit, starts to come around and understand, and then just becomes, like, complacent. And it's like, I don't know what happened down there, but end of the day, I got paid. And, well, I guess the one I'm talking about is the one that goes down to the basement. That one becomes complacent. Because what choice do they have, right? Basically, it's like servility. Is there any way out of it? Oh, wow. Whilst carrying boxes in a room today, you slipped on an overhead projector slide and sustained a minor blow to the temple. Enclosed, please find a VIP gift card to Pip's Bar and Grill. Congratulations on the gift card. Damn. Nice. Pips. Hell yeah. How much? I'm a Pips VIP. Okay, like 20 bucks. Nah, I'm guessing like 50. Wow, they're on top of it. They cover it all up. Give the real you an excuse or reason.
Hey!
Oh,
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
Sorry.
yeah, and they don't know who any of each other are outside of it all. Oh, I love the, ooh, look at that, the visuals here of the company. Even the water tower. This is a Wes Anderson movie. The symmetry. We love ourselves a good old-fashioned dystopian future. I don't know cars that like too terribly well, but I'm dating this in like 90s territory maybe. Is it all gonna be harsh white light? What would that feel like then? Your mind just goes away for 8 hours a day? You either hang out at the bar with friends or just go home and exist? And you're like, golly gee, I wonder what I did. But so...
No, I know, Mrs. Selvig. It's just, it was in my space again. Yeah, well, trash comes tomorrow night. Tonight's recycling.
Take it up with the HOA, young man. But here's the question, if we want to be like super pragmatic about it, I guess the whole reason a company would initiate this is the question, how efficient would this be, right? The implications are supremely dark, and from a moral perspective, you know, I'm sure you could easily call it into question, but how effective is this? Work is only work, nothing else matters, and then real self enjoys life without having the stresses and burdens of work. So there's a dark side to it, and I'm sure we're going to get heavily into that as the show progresses, but theoretically on paper, would that be better? Would that be effective or good? I figure given the nature of this show, I'm sure it's going to start showing you why it's not.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Did you forget?
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. Do you want to put on pants?
So, if there's no dinner, how is it dinner?
Okay.
Like,
You actually owe me this.
do I?
If there's no dinner.
You remember that time when we were kids and I was just generally a way better sibling than you?
Oh, must have slipped my mind.
This is sister then?
Also, I know we're nearing the anniversary, so I just thought maybe you'd want to be around people.
Anniversary
Nope.
of losing
nice?
his
When did you get it?
wife?
From work. I apologize.
Oh, they apologized, thank God. Did they have an attack and explanation onto that
It's
apology?
fine. Got a gift card.
Oh, you got a gift card. Where's he going to?
Okay, so they know it's kind of BS. They gave me an explanation and an apology and threw a gift card my way. But something happened at work that I know for a fact wasn't what they said it was. And the way she's talking about it is very laissez-faire. They're very casual about it right now. So it's known enough. Do they all work there or just him? Oh, hey. Oh, I've seen you somewhere before.
There's our captive.
Hi, Rick.
Our
Rickon.
captive?
Come on, it's Rickon. Ugh, you, sir, look at peace.
So it's commonly known and it's now joked about.
Life is not food.
Right.
You've got life. This complex
Dude,
quality of
these actors keep popping up. The woman on the other end of the table. Where do I know her from?
sentience and activity, and then you've got food, which is what?
Yes, what is
Fuel.
Calories. It's not the same thing.
Mark and my dad used to have whiskey as life carved on a flask.
True.
I was low hanging. Rickon told Rebecca and me that you're a former history professor.
Yeah.
So I'm curious for your take on all of this. The food, the life of it.
The life of
mostly
food?
about World War One.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one for you. I was just reading this think piece about the comparative levels of violence and warfare throughout history.
Oh, nerd alert.
War porn, I know. But anyway, in it, he said that the people actually called it the Great War. Apparently, it would have been a faux pas to have called it World War I.
Oh, LOL. Well, yeah, I mean, how you can't like chronologically name it until you're
Well, yeah, I mean, you know,
in retrospect.
no one would have called it World War One because World War II hadn't
happened yet. So insightful.
This is why we bring this guy.
Oh,
Mark's late wife Gemma was an educator as well, Russian literature.
wife.
Oh,
yeah.
I love literature.
Right? But Mark is a Lumen man now.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Do you design the medicines?
No.
I thought Lumen was more on the tech side of things.
They began in the 1800s.
Really?
Topical salves, right?
What don't they make?
I'm in the corporate archives division, so.
Oh, so you know all the dirty secrets.
Not really.
Well, Mark's work is sensitive enough as to require the severance procedure.
Oh, here we go. I always kind of critique and analyze a show or movie's quality based on how we get exposition delivered, and I like how the show has been giving it to us so far. This little dinner party is very conducive because now we're put in the shoes of these other people. Like, they are the representation of we as the audience. Now we get to get more information about it. It's well known enough where it's public knowledge, but apparently, given everybody, the table's gone quiet and everybody's expression is then indicative that it's like not looked upon in a positive light.
Well,
How's that?
that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also, I think, something that's his choice to tell people or not, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, why did he brought it up, dude? Threw him under the bus.
No, I think it's fascinating.
Here
I
we
mean, I
go.
wish I could do it. I just always be thinking about, the other one.
Yeah, again, there's the moral implications.
There is no other one. It's me. I do the job.
I just don't grasp the visceral element. What does it feel like?
See, these are all the questions I had. They are the
it's
audience for
simple.
us.
One's memories are bifurcated, so when you're not at work, you have no recollection of what it is you do there.
Did I get that right, Mark?
Well,
So you walk
I,
in at
do,
night.
I don't like that kind of guy. He's throwing all them fancy $5 words, and
I was reading a book today about ancient history, and I believe that this is a fascinating juxtaposition between.
And then suddenly it's 5, and you're leaving.
Well, they stagger us a little.
They
So
And then,
Stagger
conversely, when
No.
you're at work, you can't access outside memories. So, in effect, that version of you is trapped there.
Well,
I mean, not trapped, but
what?
oh yeah, you want to finish that
No, I'm
sentence
curious
there?
what you were gonna say. But not trapped. But
Yeah,
what?
come on, Brainiac, what you got? You gonna judge me for my
What do you say?
choices?
So I suppose we know where you fall in the congressional goings-on.
okay, I think
Oh,
we may
we're
be
getting
missing
political
the point
now.
here.
Great.
The point is that Mark made a decision, and that decision was controversial.
Implications here, the congressional goings-ons. So this company started the program. It's being looked into on its moral ethics by Congress. And now they're saying, well, Mark made his choice.
Ethically, socially, morally, scientifically.
Yeah, these are all the questions.
But, Mark, I stand behind you without reservation.
So well said.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I definitely stand behind Mark.
Wow.
Well, thank you all so much.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
Traditionally, I would say something like, dig in.
Why is there no
But
dinner?
I must say, I do think that the lack of food has allowed us to already do so on a much deeper level.
Oh my
right?
god.
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm saying my
Okay, so she's pregnant.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, I didn't even see a full body yet. Awkward dinner party. Were they her friends, not his?
Hey, how's the good doctor therapy man? with
They
that
seemed to know both
weird
of
little
them.
mustache. You're not going.
Well, the work things helped.
I'm proud of you for taking that job. And I think she would have been too. I know she would have been.
My wife.
I just feel like forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
Perhaps that was part of the impetus for it. Less time to think about her. Yeah.
You want to crash here since you're already here?
You need to grieve, dude. I saw you crying in the parking lot.
Your house smells like pregnancy.
Yeah, I'm just not grasping the visceral element of it.
Oh, nice.
She was fun, wasn't she?
Oh,
You're
a
definitely
blast.
staying here tonight.
No, I'm not.
I'm making all the bed sheets myself, so I won't finish with the big one for some time. But the twin is comfortable, and the pajamas were made on a Baltic hand loom.
I'm making all the bed sheets myself.
So, you'll sleep well.
A Baltic hand.
Thanks. I still don't quite get the 3 beds.
Right.
I get the race
Rickon's
car
colleague
bed.
told us that switching out the beds as the child grows can wound that child.
Irreparably. But if you provide said child with all of its beds upon birth, you allow it to progress across the room at its own rate. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, it's one of these families. This is like the Connor Roy household where it's like
What's in this smoothie?
Burgundy.
I'm sorry?
I hyper decant. You don't hyper decant?
I think people really enjoyed you tonight, Mark.
I don't know about that.
All right, baby.
Why are people so
Ready, baby?
weird? That's her husband? Is that
my lord?
Good night, my lady.
How'd she get in with him? Why'd you make him sleep in the twin? I mean, he said the sheets weren't ready for the other one, but I would just like rough it. Yeah, see, now I'm sure he's still grappling with the moral weight of it all. Or don't tell me there's somebody out there. Excuse me? Well, that's not creepy at all. Hello? Bro, what if it's him? Oh, what if there's some big, like, corporate, like, oh, I'm telling you, somebody's watching the house. Dude, what if it's like, oh, no, it's the same person. It's like, what if there's another person? I don't know. I'm really thinking... Or is it going to be Petey? Oh, what do you want to bet? Calling it now then. Petey tracked him down because they were close friends. He let go of the company. He found out who he really was and came to warn him about something. It's going to be Petey. I'm telling you. And now he's gone. Okay. No conversation, but I bet you that was Petey. Ooh, had the suit on and everything. But also, the question is, what is the company working on that's so secretive that they would start this process? Because I'm sure only half the reasoning for them or the justification is that this will promote a more productive work experience, right? Like this will be better for our employees, but there's also going to be keep a lid on all the corporate shenanigans, all the bad that's going on down there. Nobody could talk about it because once they leave, their memory's like kaput. It's gone. It reminds me of, it's a more recent movie, but in Mars Express, there's these people that, if they're good coders or have good, like, skills in their brain, they can go to this, like, shady underground place where they plug in, and their skill set is utilized remotely to, like, work on computer algorithms or, like, hacking or this and that. But when they unplug, all that's wiped. So they don't know what like type of shady third party underworld stuff they're working on and coding for. They just get paid to have their skill sets utilized. So it could be the same premise here.
Businessman. The yard last night.
Businessman.
Yeah.
What was he selling?
Entry level or management?
Serious.
There was seriously a man in my yard last night.
Yeah. He looked at me weird, like he knew me.
Oh, did the prowler invading my home make you feel seen?
So seen.
Had to
There's
have
a
been
bar down the
Petey.
hill. It's probably just a stumbler. Speaking of which, you still smell like a distillery.
Had to drown out the memory of mom and dad switching out my beds when we were kids.
You've been sitting on that one.
Yeah, so have I. Real him, Mr. Scout, seems like fairly grounded though. Hey, Pips. The VIP area. It's just the same tables with a little sign. I can't.
Recycling was last night, Mrs. Selvig. Tonight's garbage, and you keep putting your bin on my side.
I would just move her damn bin. I would just move
I
it.
actually can't talk right now. I'm out at dinner. No, by myself.
What?
Pips, bar and grill. Excuse me.
It's him. Yep, gotta be.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Selvig. They've cooked the food and it's here.
All right, what are we leaving the episode with?
Kids, what's for dinner? Sorry, you don't got that reference.
Oh, office joke?
Are you following me?
Your voice is different here. Worse.
Worse.
Okay, who the f are you?
Petey.
I called it.
My name's Petey. I'm from work.
100%.
Well, that's not plausible.
But he has all the memories.
Everyone in my department is...
Severed. I was.
Okay, well, severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah. Bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
Implant. You seem pretty rough there, buddy.
So, what, you were unhappy at work, and instead of lodging a complaint, you...
No. I tried that first. So did you.
Oh, interesting. You just wiped it, huh?
So, you've unsevered, and now they're after you or something?
Yeah.
You got it. We saw the same
Maybe
movie.
Grainer, who's probably out here right now.
Like a person you know? Or...
We both know him. We don't like him.
Have we met Grainer yet? And which one was Grainer?
Nothing. Down there is what they say.
Of course not.
If something happens to me, the things I know need to stay known. I'd prefer it be by a friend.
But surely you're being watched right now. Like,
So,
both of them.
we're friends?
I'm your best friend.
Aw.
You're my very good friend.
Damn. It's another night over at Pip's. No way they're not seen. This like Resident Evil umbrella-ass company. Like, they have to have eyes and ears in the whole town. Happy birthday, niece.
Mark, sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate. Though I'm sure you'd be a really fucking awesome niece. We used to wonder what kind of men we were on the outside. What choices we had made and why. I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office. Especially if the person was himself. But we're not monsters, Mark. Not real ones.
Man's gonna be run off the road.
If you don't want to know what's going on down there, I won't force it. But if you do, there's an address on the back of this card. Go alone, and you'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
Oh, bro, what? What do you think, Mark? Somebody's just waiting inside. We understand that you had a visit from Mr. Petey today. Hey, got his cans out. Look at that.
Mark, is that you?
Oh, here we go.
Hi, Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, will you color me embarrassed for the mix-up with the bin?
Watch it be his boss
no
at
problem.
work. It's
Sorry.
gotta be. Watching him in real life.
You know my mother was a Catholic. She used to say it takes the saints 8 hours to bless a sleeping child.
Polar opposite as she is at work.
I hope you aren't rushing the saints.
I'll give them ample time tonight.
Good night, Mrs. Selvig.
Mark,
Yes, Mrs. Selvig.
you're good people.
There we go. Question is she severed or not? I love the parallel there. My mother was an atheist. My mother was a Catholic. How much does she know? Weird for Mrs. Selvig to be out so late. Why was she... that look in her eyes, see? Why was she calling him at dinner? Why was she so curious? Yeah, and drops the face. She's aware. She's not severed like that. Ben Stiller. Wait, directed by Ben Stiller? Get out of town. The Ben Stiller. Okay, I'm sold. Man, you guys picked a good one, huh? I heard good things about this. Like, I was looking forward to watching it. This show was like aesthetically pleasing for me. I like the mystery that therein that we're going to be slowly uncovering, the moral, ethical questions and dilemma that we'll be discussing. So far, I love everything about this. It's great. The corporate bureaucratic like handling of it all, and a lot of things were alluded to as well, both by the family at the dinner party regarding the current political and economical climate of the world, and also this company Lumen and how it's viewed by the public. I'm only one episode in, so I'm gonna have to catch up with some notes and all that. But yeah, you guys weren't lying. This is really good so far. I'm in. I'm hooked. It's right up my alley in terms of a show that I would like. As always, thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Like I said, check out the other content on my channel. Feel free to subscribe. Helps the numbers. Hit the bell. You'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Watching it through its entirety. Liking the video helps the algorithm. You can find me on the socials, Instagram and whatnot, as well as Twitch whenever I try to stream whenever I can, so either myself or with my gal pal or whatever. I'll stream whenever I'm able. In the middle of this, we'll also be watching The Bear Season 3, and when I get a chance, I'll be trying to start up for, I think I'll do Interview with a Vampire mixed in there as well. I do want to get those out there because I have some like heartfelt requests coming in, but this is the primary focus, is Severance. I'll try to get at least one of these a week out for you guys and gals, so stay tuned for the next episode of Severance, and goodbye, travelers.